Hello, my friend. It's the Crypto Lunatic back from the Lunar Café to shed light on what's going on in crypto at the moment. There's all sorts of nonsense going on. Nonsense in the markets, my friend. Absolute nonsense. And if you followed my video yesterday, you'll know that there's absolutely polar opposite views of where we are at and where we're going. And every influencer has an opinion and a ton of charts, a ton of charts. So I'm going to show you a few charts today, but this is going to be a very quick version, and it's the only chart that I think is relevant at the moment. Well, there's probably quite a few charts that could be relevant, but the point being that we are in the middle of a nightmare, a crypto nightmare, my friends. So, with that in mind, join me on a swift journey through the things I think you should be looking at. So, with that in mind, it's certainly not investment advice, anything here. Let's start on coin market cap. We see fear and greed at 22, which is low. It's been lower. Now, yesterday I was looking at trending coins, and look, you see all sorts of meme stuff and mad stuff going out now. These are probably manipulated. I was actually looking into a couple of this AI prophecy. Now, two whales have poured money in, and look, you see a 34% increase. Now, this is how easy it is to manipulate crypto at when the market is down. It's very, very easy to manipulate crypto when the market is down. And when you follow big price spikes like that and you find two whales have invested in, it's no surprise what has actually happened, my friends. So what we see here now, yesterday we saw a massive liquidation event, massive. The price spiked right up and then it crashed back down. And what they did, they wiped out leverage, long and short. Now, Bitcoin went down, Solana, all of the coins got hit yesterday, really hit. We've seen a bit of recovery today from where they were, because I know Solana went down to about 121. Bitcoin was certainly manipulated yesterday. Massive liquidations. So let's look, and this is why it's surprising. We look at the ETF, the exchange traded fund money. These are the big boys, the institutions. Now, BlackRock with their IBIT trust has been absolutely rinsing the market lately. But what we see here is even though they had a pullback, that yesterday that the flow was largely positive from the ETFs, and yet Bitcoin got hammered. Now, this means that the manipulation came from other sources. So exchanges would have coordinated that because they would have seen that there were leverage longs and leverage shorts, and they managed to liquidate them both sides yesterday. But this is generally positive. Look, we had a positive day yesterday. Now, of course, we can't read anything into this because when we look down, and the total is what we want to look at here. Yesterday, there was a positive total, yet the price went down through massive liquidations. We're seeing generally negative outflow here, but it is a mixed bag. It is an absolute mixed bag. And all of these, except for Grayscale, show positive inflows over this period. So generally, the ETF money, yes, it looks pretty rough here, but it's not as bad as it has been. It's not all flowing out. And of course, BlackRock now, it's not all red on BlackRock's books, so we can't even blame them. Now, this is what's interesting. I want you to look at Grayscale, and all it is mainly outflows from Grayscale. But what we looked at yesterday, if we go to the Solana ETF overview and we go to Grayscale, what we see here is look, it's all green. There's a few naught days, but it's all green. So Grayscale is selling off Bitcoin to suppress the price whilst selling their Solana ETF. Now, the Solana ETF is big positive inflows. So we looked at that. Now let's look at this. This is the final chart, the final resource that I'm going to show you today. We want to see total value logs. This tells us how much money's in crypto, and this is the overall total value logged in crypto. And we've seen it's taken a massive retrace since the 16th of October. In fact, from the 7th of October, where we went from 171 billion in crypto We've gone right down now to 116, which is a significant percentage out. But in amongst all this, how do you assess cryptos? Well, now is not the time to be going into degen coins. Well, maybe it is. Maybe for your high risk, maybe if you're putting tiny amounts. But what you want to do is say, where is the money? Where is the money here? And what we do here, we go to fees paid. In this terrible market or terrible time of the market, who's still making money? Well, Tether, obviously, they're a stable coin, and so a Circle. But beyond that, we've got Hyperliquid raking it in. And here's Jupiter. Now, Jupiter at the moment is so price suppressed. They keep making money, even in these terrible times, and yet the price is not reflecting that. Now, I've talked about these at length. These are the value coins. And at some stage, the market will turn. And when they do, I expect very heavy uptrends on things like this. Uniswap, an established one. Lido DAO, an established one. Pump.fun, another one whose price is significantly down. I've said repeatedly, Pump.fun and Jupiter, outside of the top altcoins, are the strongest contenders because they make money, my friends. Now, Aave's a top coin, and Pump and Jupiter are making more money than them. So see where the money's going, even when the market's down. All of these, look, making money when the market is at an all-time low. Now, let's go through the chains, because you've seen that this is the general trend, which will probably be reflected. Ethereum, it looks the same. Solana, it looks the same. Bitcoin. Now, notice this. Bitcoin has just started an uptrend here. As of the 4th of December, or 29th of October, or November rather, we've seen an uptrend. Now, it's only a little one and it may be temporary, but the fact is there's an uptrend there, and it's the only thing that's actually showing an uptrend at the moment. Okay, so BSC, not looking very healthy at all. Tron, not looking very healthy at all. Base, well, not too terrible compared to the others. Plasma, not so much. Arbitrum, que sera. Hyperliquid on a downward trajectory. Avalanche. Now look, Avalanche for a top tier coin is got terrible amount of total value locked. And Polygon, that used to be one of the top performers, is absolutely doing nothing. Sui, hammered. Aptos, hammered. So just be aware of these things. Total value locked, my friend. It's not a time to be going into any of these coins. If you're doing anything in crypto now, it should be in top tier coins or the money-making coins that I've talked about here. I would say is definitely hold your powder dry now, because we could see more downturn action. But nonetheless, this is what's going on. And these are like basic things that you can check. That's DefiLlama as a resource. You can make little checks and you can see where the money is and what it's doing. Follow the money, my friends, and you will be better off in crypto. And that, my lunatic friend, is my little update for today. Let me know your thoughts. If there's anything you want me to comment on, if there's any charts you want me to display, but you'll find charts everywhere, all over the cryptoverse right now. But you've seen a few charts today. So there you go. You've had a little dose of charts, a bit of lunacy, and I sit on the Lunar Cafe. It's off for tea and cake now. And if you've enjoyed this content, then please do like and subscribe to the channel. Another little video there. And either way, my friends, stay lunatic, have fun, and make money with crypto.